Firstly, I'd like to welcome everybody to Mayhem, the season finale, and it's going to be a massive one. We've seen the posters, you know what's coming. Big names. We're talking Ado, we're talking Almir. The rest of them, you're going to have to wait to find out. I didn't come out to talk about that tonight. I talked about another issue. I'm talking about the media, the journos who have their pen to pad right now, looking at everything I say, writing it down and twisting it, thinking that I'm leaving Mayhem, the thing that I built. You know what? Any journalist watching, I've got one thing to say to you. Fuck you. You see, I have the blueprints of Mayhem. I took the foundation, built it from the ground up, and now it is the most established E-Federation brand out there. Don't think for a second that what they say is true. Any media outlet will lie and manipulate any story to try and get their money, and that's all it is. Let's focus on what is important. I'm facing Crusher Clive in 2 nights in a Hell in a Cell 2 out of 3 Falls match. And I'm so buzzed. But let's get on with tonight. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to Mayhem, the last of the season then. We are here 2 days before Cold Day and Hell pay-per-view kicks off, the 2-night pay-per-view, massive pay-per-view out here in Orlando, Florida, in the US of A, kicking it up and starting things off with a hell of a fight. Jet Saturn will be going against Jay O'Grady. Jay O'Grady, obviously the previous member of the Royal Guard, no longer with the Royal Guard, so there's a lot of blood, a lot of anger left, and blood is the right word, I suppose, because it's a first blood match. We don't have this often enough at SCW. It needs to happen more. It's here right now. First blood, Jet Saturn, Jay O'Grady, and it's not a Twitch Championship match. Speaking about the Twitch Championship, by the way, we are just completely getting rid of it. The champion, Jet, or will it be a new champion by the time we get rid of the championship? Who knows? It will potentially be the YouTube Championship as we're moving everything over to YouTube, or we could come up with a new concept, which would be pretty cool. Jet Saturn is the holder of said championship at the moment though. But yeah, the last night in the Mayhem Arena as we know it. A whole new season coming next week. We're extremely excited, and we'll hopefully have a really decent commentary team. I do apologise, it is your man Cheese on his own tonight, but we are going to do some advertising, and we're going to try and get the right people who have the time to sit alongside your man and do the play-by-plays, you know, because Cheese is Jay O'Grady coming out next. And like I said, the previous Royal Guard member, I'm not going to go on live TV and explain why he's no longer in the RG. We'll let him just tell you that one day, I'm sure. For now, we've got one thing to focus on, and one thing only. It is going to be a hell of a fight between Jay and Jet. And if you ask me to pick a winner, I'm going to say Jet, obviously, because of what happened. I'd like to see Jet get the W. But Jay is a hell of a competitor as well. Obviously glad that I signed him over at Mayhem. He will be moving to Monday nights to Crash Course at the beginning of next week, so just after the draft takes place. So this will essentially be Jay's farewell match at Mayhem. How will he do? Obviously wanting to probably get the W, I'm sure. Time will tell, though both entrances have been drawn out, but that's okay. It's the last Mayhem. We've got to draw out some entrances. Dangerous on the neck there. of Jay O'Grady, and one thing is for certain, this is going to be dangerous. First Blood always has that potential to have that extra bit of, that wow factor you don't always see in matches. So ring the bell, referee, and here we go. First match underway then. The ring, or underneath the ring, shall I say, is stacked with weapons, so I'm sure we're going to see. But look at Jet throwing the fist around like nothing. Really just laying that onslaught onto Jay O'Grady as quick as possible. Jay managing to get that extra boost there off the sort of slingshot himself off the ropes there and knocking Jet, and now just laying on the punches to the leg of Jet, it seems. Jay picking Jet back up to his feet, and Jet managing to kick him right there in the gut. And what's Jay thinking? Hang on. Forearm knocking Jet to the floor, and now look at this, punches straight to the skull, bashing the side of the head of Jet Saturn. And let's talk a little bit later on tonight. Obviously, one of the biggest matches of Mayhem's history. We have Alex Storm Nolan. Right, sorry, not Storm Nolan. You may know him as Storm Nolan, but Nolan Wright. Alex Storm, 1-on-1 for the Mayhem Championship. I Quit match. So the winner will remain at Mayhem and will be the champion going towards next season. The loser, well, we don't need to give it away. It's quite obvious. They go to Monday nights. Is it an L? Moving, I wouldn't call it a big L, obviously, but you won't be champion. So I suppose that is an Jay just springboarding off the top rope there. And it looks like he was going to go for a sort of suplex, but Jet reading it nicely. And I think the first weapon will be put into use. What is Jet finding? We have a bat. Always good to start off with a bat. A bat is a very common weapon here at Mayhem. We see it used quite a lot. It's a very impactful weapon. Now, I'm sure any of you listening before, if you've been hit by a baseball bat, you'll understand it. It's quite lethal. But yeah, I mean, bat, to be fair, if you're thinking about the match type, you need to cause blood. Blood is the only thing you're out for right now. Do you know what I mean? Usually you're out to try and get the shoulders down for the 3 count. Usually you're trying to get that arm bar in so tight that they have to tap. This time it's all about busting your opponent open. And outside of the ring, there's obviously going to be those opportunities. You've got the corners there. You've got the apron to your advantage. Even the barricade in front of the fans, if you want to go that disgusting and brutal at the last Mayhem of the season. Like I said, there's a history, a bit of a different history than what we usually see. It's not just a rivalry. It's not an Alexander and Joe situation. It's not a Trevor Dennis and Shane Roberts situation. By the way, Trevor Dennis, Shane Roberts, huge press conference last night. If you haven't already, make sure you check it out. It is now on our YouTube, hosted by Bruce Applestein. 2 friends, or 2 former friends, shall I say. It's going to be a hell of a fight. MMA rules, so KO or submission in a cage. There will be no climbing out of the cage. That, as well as a hell of a lot of other matches at Cold Day in Hell, Saturday and Sunday, 29th and the 30th of October. Make sure you don't miss it. And now in front of our announcer's desk is Jet bringing up the knees. Jay on the floor, and Jet really using his feet. And looking to push Jay over to the SCW sign. Now Jay, I thought potentially going to put him into the steel steps there, but opted against just using the brutal floor outside. I can assure you it may look nice and comfortable. It's not somewhere you want to be slammed to, and Jay completely botching it there and just celebrating. I don't know why. And Saturn hitting the pedigree, and that is a good way to bust a nose open, and a spear for good measure. Spear, obviously, you're not really going to get the blood flowing with a spear, but you've got to wear your opponent down. You've got to make them, and me personally, it's over. Punches there to the face, and Jet Saturn managing to bust Jay O'Grady open and picking up the W. It was, I expected a few more weapons, if I'm being honest with you. I thought that we'd see a little bit more carnage in this First Blood matchup, but it is over, and Jet Saturn, the Royal Guard, managing to pick up the W in not the best last fight Jay O'Grady would have wanted here at Mayhem. But his last fight, indeed for now anyway, anything can happen in the future. And a massive thank you, of course, to our sponsors Bybit. Make sure you check out the link in the description. £10 free in Bit, which is a cryptocurrency held by Bybit. So yeah, link in the description. Make sure you are 18 and over, 21 in the States and the rest of the world. Do your own research as well, liabilities and capital. Here we go then, Jake Rex, the Interstar champion, and this is the 2 out of 3 SFC sort of saga that we have going on then with the Crow. Obviously the Crow Gala, he made his return last week against Joel Brute and picked up the W then against Joel Brute, and wanting to try and make it 2 for 2 at the moment. Is that going to happen? Who knows? But yeah, the Crow and the girl, the lady in white, then, is that a lady? You have to question it. I'm all for it. Like you can't really talk about it in this day and age. So they look cool. They look cool. Let's save face and just say they look cool. But yeah, it's only obviously Crow fighting tonight against Jake Rex, the now new Interstar champion. So let's see how Crow gets on. The third guy he will be facing, win or lose, will be Shane Roberts, and that will be at the Mayhem season premiere. And Shane may potentially be champion. Obviously, the Elimination Chamber is coming the second night at Cold Day in Hell on the Sunday. El Paprika, the absolute fool, thinks that he can defend against 5 people. He was on Twitter trying to give me a little bit of smack, and I'll tell you what, you pink suit wearing, pathetic. I'm not, there's certain things I can't say, so I'm gonna have to try and keep this a little bit fucking PG. But let me tell you something, Paprika, I have the power. And if you want to come out first in that chamber, if you don't want to be in a pod, I can make that happen. If you want to win the chamber, then I'll fucking come out afterwards and make you tap. I'll make that happen. Jake with the armbar. My best advice, Pap, is to sit down and shut the fuck up. If you want to be drafted at all, sit down and shut your pink suit wearing, Spice Valley driving, stupid ass mugshot of a fucking joke No, let's focus on the match at hand. I'm not giving him any more airtime. Crow now, top rope. He's not going to make that dive, is he? Of course he's not. Definitely not an interesting sizing between these two. Jake, a heavyweight, and with the one-handed slam there onto the mat. Don't even need 2 hands, Jake. This guy from Australia, he used to run around in the outback. He used to fight alligators. This guy is insane, and yeah, UFC former champion as well, of course. Trying to get the arm locked in, but Crow not allowing that to happen. The man in grey, shall we say. And Jake looking to whip Crow into the corner here. And look at these strikes there from Jake with the feet. Showing why kickboxing is extremely important. Boxing, really, in general, you need to have the feet. If you don't have the feet, you can have the strongest strike in the world, but if you don't have the feet, you won't be successful in MMA. Crow now looking to go top rope again. Jake's a little bit closer this time. A little bit later on tonight. Hang on a minute. I'm not going to call it what he calls it. It's a little bit rude. But a nice move there from Crow. Rope break, of course. Why is there a rope break? Not so happy about that. But yeah, tonight, like I said, 5 fights. Obviously, we've seen 1 already, and Crow now. We saw this submission the other day, and from this angle, it makes a lot more sense, I would say. The other day, it looked like he was just poking his mouth. Wet willy. Do you know what I mean? It didn't look very genuine. And throw again. What? What just happened? What? Is he alright? What the hell just... Well, I guess KO was on. No one told me that. Is Jake okay? Can we get some confirmation backstage, please? Montreal screw job, that. What the hell? Look at him, he's laid out, starfishing. Is he alright? That's a bit odd. Okay, hello. Well, we have 8 men in the ring then. This is for the next Interstar contender. That was just a weird ending. I'm not too sure. I guess KO was on in that match. I must have missed a memo. Apologies. And none of these guys wasted any time to get inside of the ring then. So left to right, we have Ryan, Douglas, Colby, Zack Seidel, the Reaper, Trevor Dennis, LC, Shane Roberts, Ultimate Ace, and Liam. Who is going to be your next Interstar contender? We see Zack Seidel and Shane Roberts there. Zack laying on those suplexes. There's just a lot of guys in the ring at the moment. A lot of talent, and then there's LC. So anything could happen here. And wait, Ace is here? Ultimate Ace? I didn't even think he was at Mayhem. Okay. There's a lot of dudes here, isn't there? Look at this ground and pound from Shane. He's really been working on his MMA, trying to tighten it up, like I said, for the fight against Trevor Dennis. And sort of a preview here then, because you have Trevor and Shane in here. And Trevor could have eliminated Colby then. He could have eliminated Colby, decided not to. Ultimate Ace looking to capitalise then. Ultimate Ace obviously repping the mullet at the moment. Let's talk about Ace though. He will be making it to the Hall of Fame on Sunday. And he's in the chamber. Imagine if he wins the chamber and gets inducted to the Hall of Fame. That would be a crazy experience for our man, Ultimate Ace. But yeah, Ace and LC, a tag team of their own now, the Golden Revolution. And yeah, so the winner of this will have a future Interstar Contenders match against Jake Brex or Jay O'Grady. Jake Brex and Jay O'Grady. We're pumping out the promos for Cold Day today, haven't we? Jake Brex and Jay O'Grady, Cold Day in Hell, Saturday. Interstar champ. There's so many fights at Cold Day, it's ridiculous. Honestly, I don't even think we need to hype this pay-per-view up. This one has the ability to outlast anyone else. It's going to be on YouTube exclusively both nights. There will be 0 adverts. No adverts. No subscriptions. No donations. Just a simple like will mean more to us than anything else. But yeah, the pay-per-view will bang. And speaking of likes, make sure you like this video because Cletus is literally out. He's in your window right now. Put your fucking food down and your drink and like the video. It's not hard. Cletus will literally, he doesn't even need to open the window. This guy just seams through the cracks. What's Zack doing here? I don't know if that missed. Camera angle is a little bit odd. No one has been eliminated as of yet. When I'm on my own on commentary, I do start talking a load of shit, and genuinely I start looking at other things going on in my surroundings, so I try and call what I can. We now have Jake going for the suplex again, and Trevor there. Trevor is a surprising guy, obviously, like I said, hasn't won a match now in over 70 days, and I think that the majority we had a promo a little bit earlier on, right? The promo before this match would have explained where Trevor's head's at more than anyone else. More than he could explain himself, and Colby got eliminated there. Let's focus on the match and stop chatting. Bear waffle. Shane going back into the ring. Look at the strength of Brian Douglas there. Douglas obviously a future Mayhem contender, so he'll be facing either Alex Storm or Storm Nolan Wright, if you will. We have Ace now. Ace has been eliminated by Liam. So Liam, the previous 205 champion then, getting rid of Ace. And well, I was a bit confused why Ace was here. I didn't even think he was at Mayhem, but there we go. It's all good. We have Shane and Ryan Douglas. We have Seidel and Liam, but then LC, Trevor. I'm trying to think, yeah, so Brian Douglas and Zach Seidel have both held this championship before. So for them it would be revisiting the past, for everyone else it would be a step up. Another stamp on their resume. Brian Douglas and Trevor. I thought he was going for someone else, but maybe not. LC, oh look at the punches there from Seidel. Slamming LC's on the mat. Shane looks a bit out of it here, and Liam with a disrespectful slap there. Zach Seidel now looking to possibly eliminate LC, and LC just getting thrown over the ropes. Eliminated pretty swiftly there, if you will. Tossed out like last week's garbage. Seidel now looking like he could be eliminated, but getting the elbow up, and there is another elimination there. Is that Trevor Dennis? I believe it was Trevor Dennis, and a reversal there from Liam. Liam now and Brian Douglas, and obviously there is a bit of a question if one of these people win and they don't go to Mayhem, what happens? Hey, if that happens, we'll figure it out at a time. Where's that looked a bit odd. Oh, hang on, super kick there, getting rid of Brian Douglas then, so it leaves two Royal Guards, is Shane and Zach Seidel and Liam. And Seidel there with the suplexes, and Liam just sort of showing off to the fans. Inversing it with Seidel there. And keep hydrated, obviously, it's important. Seidel, I love this move. I love this move. Liam's loving it too. Liam shouting, encouraging him. And yeah, one of these guys then will be the next Interstar contender. They'll be facing Jake Brex or Jay O'Grady. And Liam trying to go for the elimination. Is Shane going to help? He is. Helping that fellow Royal Guard member, which is quite surprising. And Seidel managing to just hold on. It'll be something if he gets out of this. He has got out of it, to be fair. A little bit embarrassing for the rest of them, but congratulations. Liam there with a knee up. And Liam just controlling this matchup. A lot of ego though I'm seeing from Liam at the moment. He says you're dead, and oh Christ, dropping the knee straight to the face there and busting Shane open. Now just trying to get on top, ground and pound him. Just look at that, dropping the elbows onto him. Seidel back up to his feet. And sort of good measure now, just attacking Seidel as well. Seidel not having it. Shane encouraging it. Shane telling Seidel, come on, let's go. Let's give the fans what they came to see. Shane managing to get the reversal. Seidel now and Shane just exchanging blows. Liam has just sort of been watching these two go at each other for the last couple of minutes. He's definitely been able to regenerate some of the lost stamina he would have had before. Seidel though looking to try and end Liam's time here in this particular battle royale, and I think he's going to be over. Yes, he is. So Shane Roberts, Zach Seidel, 1-on-1, and I think we've seen this before for the Mayhem Championship. And Shane, or was it the World Championship? I can't remember. And Shane got the W, beating Zach Seidel. So how will this one go? I can't predict it. Both RG members, obviously Shane my blood, my son. So you're gonna want to see your child win. That's how it works. But Zack Seidel busted open. Now Shane looking for the super kick. Zack is not getting up. He knows what Shane wants to do. The fans are cheering it on. The fans are egging it on. Seidel, you're going to have to get up a little bit earlier in the morning if you're going to try and trick Seidel, but a super kick there ending things, and Shane Roberts then picking up the W, and this guy just keeps getting those championship opportunities, but the one thing about Shane is he deserves them each time. Congratulations then, and looking very cut open is Shane. Moving on though to match number 4 out of 5 tonight. So originally there were 6 matches. Ghost was supposed to be fighting with ACA member Jamie, but we don't know where Ghost is after the disappearance of last Mayhem. And this is Jazz Shortbridge then coming out. Yes, it is Jazz. So the women's champion, of course, SCW women's champion, got the W last week. Her first time walking out with it then. And the classic cannons, we love to see it. But yeah, so the new women's champion, even Warrior Bow, the person that Bow and Jazz had been beef with in the past. Warrior Bow went on Twitter to congratulate Jazz on her accomplishments, and it's good to see another RG member who doesn't stop right there. Huge roster RG. But yeah, another one, and this match is quite an interesting one. So if Priscilla Cruz gets the W, then the championship will go on the line at Holiday. Jazz at the moment not defending her championship because she's defending the tag titles at night 1. So if Priscilla Cruz can cause the upset and get the W tonight, she will go for the women's title as well. So Jazz will have to defend night 1 and night 2. Crazy, I know. Let's see how we get on then. Referee's going to ring the bell, and here we go then. Jazz Shortbridge, Priscilla Cruz. Expect some carnage between these two. They've had quite a bit of history. 2 of the more recognised females, I suppose, in SCW alongside maybe Royal Bow, Casey Adams, Art Fox, Sophia Crimson. There's a lot of new people as well. Scorpio Red and Luna Moon now the women's tag contender, so it's going to be interesting to see who. And let's actually quickly speak again about Cold Day and how, because there's actually a new women's championship, the Crash Course Women's Championship. So the women's titles will be separated, I suppose. Now the Mayhem one's not going to change. It's not going to be the Mayhem Championship. It will just be the SCW Women's World Championship. It says it on the design, and it took me a long time to design that belt, so we're not going back on that. But yeah, there will be another one, so other opportunities for other females to try and pick up gold here at SCW, which is always welcome, and that will be in a 6-woman elimination chamber then. That is night 1 at Cold Day now. We have Jazz and Priscilla. Quite a fast-paced match, this one, just before the main event. Jazz sort of just dragging the hair and throwing Priscilla to the other side of the ring there. Look at the speed of those kicks from Priscilla straight to the face of Jazz. Priscilla got thinking here, beautifully executed, and was she going to go for the pin potentially, but not decided against it, I suppose. Oh yeah, so this is a submission match. I'm looking at my notes now. It was a KO between, well, yeah, I should have announced that at the beginning of the show, it would have made a bit more sense. But yeah, so this is a submission match. And yeah, so you're going to have to get your opponent to tap inside the ring. I'm not sure what sort of history these two have at submissions. I can't say, but hey, I wanted a few different match types tonight. Extreme Rules, First Blood, Submission, Death Match, you know, we're switching up a little bit. It wasn't originally a last man standing match. What was it? Yeah, Alex Storm, Nolan Wright, that's the one. That was originally a last man standing match. Not anymore though. It didn't sell tickets. They just want to see a bloodthirsty Extreme Rules. Like I said, we've stacked the ring with weapons. Hopefully these weapons will be utilised a little bit more. We'd like to see it. Priscilla, I thought she just heard me and was going to go to the outside and immediately grab a weapon, but looks like that was a bit of a pipe dream. Didn't end up happening. And Priscilla picking Jazz up to her feet and then executing that again perfectly with Priscilla. And she's looking for the submission, I think, trying to put the women's champion down. Will she tap though? Mark the referee trying to keep an eye on it, ensure that everything is fair, everything is rightly done, but Jazz managing to keep a hold of this match so far, not tapping out. A hell of a dive there from Priscilla. Sorry, the reach was crazy, and Jazz looking for that finisher again, and Priscilla reading the book very well. She knows what's happening. And Jazz again, Jazz is just dominating that move and looking now for a submission on Priscilla. She has it locked in. It's going to be very, very nasty. Going to wear down the neck, the jaw, the whole torso, the spine. You don't even understand or comprehend how such a simple hold can affect your entire body. And Jazz looking to end this now, queuing up. Priscilla reading it again, though these two, a lot of back and forth, like I said, very quick, fast-paced match so far, and they're both trying to go for these submissions early on, trying to get their opponent to tap out as quickly as possible here. And I feel like there could be a bit of a personal beef between Priscilla and Jazz. They've both been, you know, weekly performers, both wanting to be at top of the mountain. Priscilla actually, and Sophia tried getting the tag championships off Jazz, and Cassie at the time did not work. And now Jazz is with Sophia, so I suppose, yeah, there's a lot of blood. There's a lot of hate between these two, for sure. And there's no surprise that they're both trying to just get this done as quickly as possible. Priscilla obviously wanting to try and get this championship match at the second night of Cold Day in Hell. It's probably one of the most tamest episodes of Mayhem that I've seen in a while. Not really any weapons. I don't believe you can use weapons in this match. It is submission, obviously. We're focusing on sort of staying in the ring for this match and showing your actual wrestling talent. Jazz trying to end things now, and Priscilla does tap. Then Jazz picking up the W. She will not be defending then the Women's Championship. She'll still be defending the Women's Tag, obviously, against Luna Moon and Scorpio Red night 2 at Cold Day, but managing to get away with that double title defense at least, I suppose. And that was hella performance. The speed of those strikes from Priscilla, you got to give it to her. Great fight. It was fast paced, but congratulations as always then to Jazz Shortbridge. Another W on her record, and yeah, congratulations. And I believe this will be leading us then to the main event. And before we talk about the main event, let's talk about this Cold Day in Hell. Saturday and Sunday, do not miss it. And of course, yes, coming up now, the SCW Mayhem Championship I Quit match. Nolan Wright Alex Storm, let's have it. And the referee randomly disappearing, or the announcer, shall we say. Who will be coming out first? You would presume it would be the challenger, Nolan Wright. Like I said, these two were in really the first faction you could take seriously here at SCW. And your man Cheese was just holding in the cough there. Try not to cough, but I just started sounding really weird, Jesus. But yeah, Nolan Wright then. He was Storm Nolan. They were the Storm Society, him, Alex Storm, Austin Storm, the first tag champions. No, not the first tag champions, the second. They beat Elsie and Jake Brett, right? So the second, but they were the first tag champions to hold single gold, as well as Austin Storm was the first Havoc champion. So there was a time where the Storm Society were one of the most feared factions in sports entertainment. And times have changed, unfortunately, for them. They couldn't get it together. I believe Austin wasn't attending many of their meetings or really just supporting the team in any way. And it just caused a lot of bad blood. And we're talking about bad blood. It's carried on, you know. Alex Storm obviously finding success over at Mayhem, getting the Mayhem Championship. That ended Storm Nolan. That got into his head, of course it did. Austin Storm's had it. Alex Storm's had it. Where's mine? Nolan's got to eat too. And that's what's living in his head right now. That's what's living in his head rent-free, and that's why he needs to get this tonight, because until he does, he won't be able to rest. Coming up then, obviously we've spoken about the draft, and I suppose this match is they are the only two that don't get drafted. The winner stays at Mayhem and is the Mayhem champion going in to the season premiere. And speaking of the Mayhem champion, here is your champion, Alex Storm. Hell of a weekend he's got. Let's not forget Alex Storm is in the Elimination Chamber for the SCW World Heavyweight Championship. He qualified for it. What a performance it was. Obviously the Mayhem qualifiers are then the One Way to Hell qualifiers as well. So definitely earn his spot in that chamber. What is the mentality going to be though tonight? Is he going to be purely focusing on getting into that chamber and getting the championship? I don't think so. Maybe last week he was, but Storm Nolan Wright did not stop. He kept going on, writing those tweets. Just the disrespect in the interview that he had. Alex Storm cannot leave a bit of himself he cannot preserve himself for the chamber. It's not going to happen. He has to give every ounce of fight that he has in him right now, because this is going to be one of the biggest main events Mayhem has hosted, and probably well suited for the last main event of the season. A lot of people wanted this fight last week. They asked, why wasn't it? I know what I'm doing. This wasn't a fight that you have mid-month. This is the fight you have at the end. They see each other as the final boss. Nolan Wright knows what he has to do tonight. He has to get that championship, because he's the only one from the Storm Society who has not had that single gold. Alex Storm knows what he has to do. He has to defend. Alex Storm was already at Mondays. He moved to Thursdays and he found his form. Mark the referee lifting the championship up. Everyone in this arena knows what is going down. Referee, ring the bell, and here we go. Nolan. I will maybe potentially call him Storm Nolan a few times by accident. It happens. I called him it for 4 months, alright, so it's going to be integrated into my memory now. But Nolan Wright, Alex Storm, we know what these guys can do. And Alex Storm obviously went through the 3 stages of hell against Shane Roberts. They were 1 each when it came to the the pre-matches, if you will. But when it came to the main fight, Alex Storm managed to get the W. It was a crazy TLC fight, one I won't forget for a while. Nolan has had a little bit of a different experience to most. He was signed nowhere, essentially, at Mayhem and Havoc Karma for the last couple of months. So I suppose it's been harder for him to get that push, to get that championship spot, because he's not been dedicated to one brand. One thing he is doing, though, is showing that bit of Monday that he had left in him, getting the weapon out, using the chair, and is it going to connect there to Alex? It does. Now the chair shot again, straight to the face, knocking Alex to the floor there. Nolan just talking to him. I can't hear what he's saying. I don't think it's going to be when's your birthday, mate. I want to send a card. I think it's a bit more disrespectful than that. Nolan putting the chair in the corner. Oh shit, looking to snap that arm in half. That looked absolutely disturbing. Alex now looking to pick up that chair that was placed in the corner. What's he going to do now? Absolutely nothing with it. Because Nolan has other intentions. Alex Storm has other intentions. And now Alex Storm getting Nolan back up to his feet. We've seen this many, many times. Not going to be enough to end things, I very much doubt, though. Alex Storm, top rope. There is a storm coming. There's a fucking tornado coming. It's Alex Storm going for the pin. Referee going to give it a 1, going to give it a 2. Alex Storm getting the 2, but Nolan Wright kicking out just after 2. Not going to give up that easy. Now I think he's going to deliver the knee there, but Nolan knew exactly, just like I did, what was going to happen and managed to get on top of that situation pretty well. Nolan there spinning around and just placing the chair in the other corner. Nolan really wanting that chair in the corner. Don't know why he didn't go for the pin before. A little bit of a weird decision there, but surprised as well that, you know, you should have just went for the pin. I don't know why you rearranged furniture first. And Nolan now with a nasty strike. I was going to say lovely strike. I'm going to say nasty because I can't say it was lovely, can I? That just makes me seem a little bit sinister. Nolan right, top rope. Is he going to try and go for the pin here? No, he is not. He's going to get Alex Storm back up to his feet. Man, the lovely suplex onto the floor now, and what's he going to do? Okay, dropping the leg down to the forearm there of Alex Storm. Nolan there with some lethal strikes. Storm using the ropes, springboard, beautiful. Making Nolan's face to smack onto the mat there, the Mayhem mat. Now he's got Nolan in the corner. Using all the weight that he can, distributing all of it to the back, trying to put Nolan out straight. I don't think it's going to be enough. Nolan kicking out just after 2 again. Alex Storm looking a little bit surprised. I think these guys are going to have to really go in. They're going to have to give it everything because no one's going to give up. No one's going to step away that quickly. Everyone knows what's on the line. They need to get this W. Alex Storm looking to end things now. He's got a 2 kick out again though from Nolan Wright. Like, this is what I'm saying. Don't go for these early kick outs. It's not going to happen. No one's going to get this done within 5 minutes. You didn't come here to end this in 5 minutes. Neither of you did. I didn't hype this fight up to end in 5 minutes. Neither. Alex Storm now putting Nolan into the corner. Nolan managing to get out of the way and chop there to... What the hell was that? That looked a bit weird, a bit dodgy. Nolan delivering the kick there beautifully and going to go for the pin. Referee blocking the angle a bit. Could it be? Kick out just after 2 from Alex Storm. fans getting their money's worth here at the last Mayhem of the season. Oh, and is all Chiefs can say. Alex Storm busted open. Nolan Wright looking to end things now. Could he be your new Mayhem champion? 1, 2, a kick out just in time there. We need to sign a wrestler just in time because he's always here. Every single fight, and look at the blood pouring out of the eye socket there of Alex Storm. Wiping the blood off, absolutely messed up now. And, you know, for the first 5 minutes, the bookies, the odds would have been definitely in Nolan's favour, but Alex Storm looking to switch things up and try and change it now. Going for the pin here. Referee giving a 1, giving a 2, and still Alex Storm picking up the W, and it's still your Mayhem champion. Storm Nolan back up to his feet really quickly, probably really angry that it's over, but it is. That's a 3 count. Alex Storm still the Mayhem champion and still will be fighting at Mayhem week in, week out. Nolan Wright will be taking the trips for Mondays, and I don't know how he's going to be able to deal with that mentality-wise. There was so much said between these two. Is the rivalry put to bed? It doesn't look like it. Look at Nolan walking away. He does not look like he will be able to take this. Thank you guys for tuning in. Apologies again for listening to the old man cheese on his own, but do not worry, cold day in hell. In 2 days' time, we will have the goated commentary team. I promise you, it's going to be a hell of an event. Make sure you check out. Remember to like the video, subscribe, it helps us, and we will see you then. Peace.